And I would just come into the meetings empty. I would just sit there quiet and still in the meeting, and something would come up. So I read all the exhibits, I knew the information, and just out of seemingly nowhere would come a really creative, insightful answer. Nothing that I had consciously premeditated, but it was better than I could have done if I really planned it out myself. And I found the same thing in the corporate world, is that I actually functioned better because in meetings I'd be the only person who was there. I mean, everybody else was there, some small fraction of the time to medium fraction of the time. But I was the only person that was in the meeting 100%. And there was nothing getting in the way of any insight coming up into space, into this consciousness to be voiced out. There was no interference about, well, what Fred said last time, and Bob's trying to really do me in on this thing. That just wasn't there. And so you're much more efficient, much more effective than I was before, where I had these thoughts going on all the time.
And what? Go ahead.
No, to me it was functionally enhancing. Mm-hmm. I really expected going in I was risking losing everything. I was a knowledge worker, and the very concept of losing my ability to reason was really a big concern to me. Turned out not to be the case at all.
And what exact line of work have you been in? What has been the nature of your vocational responsibilities?
Well, I was an empirical physical scientist, PhD, national lab for 5 years. Then for 20 years, I was in 3 different companies, most of my time in GE, managing large R&D organizations, running some small companies within that purview, senior vice president company in Pittsburgh. So, a lot of responsibility. When the page turned for me and my thoughts stopped, I had 1,000 people working for me, a $250 million budget, and 4 research labs. I had no thoughts. And so, it arose that, my gosh, what's going to happen when I go to work today? And it turns out nothing happened. Nothing bad happened. Nobody recognized it.
Did people notice a difference?
No. I thought, but they're going to see, some terrible thing. No, nobody even noticed anything.